All right, so this was fun. This was fun. I don't even think this warrants being Death Space Part 5 because it's just simply addressing Revenant as I segmented all these videos on purpose before I give my ultimate response, which is this one. So what the narrative will be this time before this video comes out is the fact that I went over there and I decided to, accost, terrorize, be a nuisance, attack him, have fun with it, talk shit. His viewers were talking shit on me, saying that I was gay, all this other stuff. All those comments are over there. So it's like an eye for an eye going over there and just absolutely shitting on his audience and what he condones over there, So I was on my own brand of fuckery when I decided to terrorize his channel. And do I apologize? Well, I apologize for absolutely nothing. I thought that was amazing. I have no cut cards. I thought that was enjoyable. That was fun. That was cool. Considering the stuff that you condone on a video that I didn't discover until 7 days ago, until British Runner gave it to me, was quite amazing, and I would do it all over again. So that being said, yeah, there was an ample amount of shit talk and fun in there, in the videos and the comments. This is a game to me. I want you to understand. That's why I went and terrorized your channel. It's nothing personal with you. You are one of the most boring creators I ever had the displeasure to watch. Out of all the Death Space critique videos, I would personally say that you are the least entertaining of all of them. And the only reason I gave you multiple responses was because I was bored and I wanted to, and this was fun for me. Believe me when I say you're not on the radar after this point. I promise, I guarantee it's all gonna be Renegade Operative business from here on out. You act like I never responded to other creators before or had comments from other creators before about my videos, philosophies, and mentalities when I have. There was the back and forth with retrospective gaming. That happened. We made videos on each other. So I'm all for going back and forth, whether it's extreme or not, whether I'm terrorizing the comments and being a little shitter on purpose or not. But there is grains of truth in that large comment that I wrote to you, and I realized while I was writing that I'm talking to an amoeba. I'm talking to someone that isn't really the brightest, because you will understand that I am once again going after the argument that I indirectly mentioned you in part 3 for Death Space Remake, when it was really hard 8 times, and I wanted to provide the evidence and the proof showing that the search results for your name are low. It's really low, dog. Nobody in there is really bringing you up outside of Kaneki, and that's it. Even I don't talk about you at all in there that much. So it's that low. Even after the Death Space Remake stuff, after the videos we made, I still did not mention any of this to the Discord. You know why? Because they don't care. Alright? It's just all fun. It's all explosive fun. I like being a drama mongering troll when I really need to. But that being said, in all seriousness, I know what you're gonna do with the next video, and I want to squash it right now. So in the midst of this joke, let me repeat this, in the midst of this joke video where I took Revenant's Instagram, where I used to follow him before, so he can't say I randomly found it. Oh no, he's doxing me. I used to follow you on there, dude. You're an ex-fan. Come on. Do I have to smack you to really understand and get attention that you were an ex-fan? We were ex-associates when you brought it up to me, and it took me a while to remember. Go into the search history, which is what I did for Discord, and I found out that you left. You know what I mean? He's so stupid. It's like he can't do research on anything with this indirect comment, but he acts like I'm not doing research on him as soon as he made this video on me, and it was directed to my attention 7 days after the fact, 6 or 7 days after. If British Runner did not give me that video, I would not have known about it at all, because I wasn't tagged, but he started slowly showing up in my algorithm after I made these videos to him. So I all this stuff I found either due to algorithm or just simply remembering who he was gradually after the fact, after doing some Google searches. And I'm gonna, of course, try to find out more about what's going on, especially if we were ex-associates. So do I have to smack you some more to understand that, number one, I used to know you and I used to follow you on Instagram? Come on, dude. Like, how stupid do you have to be to not understand that? So here's the joke. I took a screen, like, he's sitting here calling Nicole ugly. Let me give context to this.
Have you been playing games blindfolded for years that you can't see how butt ugly these female characters look?
So he's talking about the female characters, the actress, all that stuff, and very ill taste, poor taste. And I just took this. This is a classic Black Bond stinger. If you don't know who Black Bond is, he does jokes like this all the time. This is nothing new if you follow the Crumb side. People do fucking jokes like this all the time. I took this screenshot where only his dog is present, but not him. And that's it. I blotted out his name and everything, but I've seen this before. I used to follow you, dude. And now he's trying to say, oh, Renegade's trying to use this picture and he doesn't know that my dog is dead. First of all, I never went after the dog. This is about you. Not showing yourself to the world, but also going around and talking all this ish on actresses and other people. And I just found this to be a funny little gesture. It's a question, like, dog profile picture? Okay. That's tame as fuck. Like, I could have done way worse. There's people on here that will talk about people's family and whatnot, but I even said, that's a cute dog. That's a cute doggy. That's a compliment. I love animals. I do. I just took a screen cap of this and I put the question, and that's it. Like, usually when people talk the most ish on other actresses and actors and their face and whatnot, normally 9 times out of 10, unless they are on webcam, they don't show themselves much out there to other people for other people to talk about them in the same context, which is why the joke is what it is. It's a joke, dog. I'm not going to care about this assessment that you're putting on me, where I always knew this information that the pupper has passed on. I'm not taking responsibility for that whatsoever. You're gonna take that stinger and that's gonna be it. He has some sort of preconceived notion that I told people that they could not comment on the Death Space critiques. Now, whatever the case may be, it's not a case of I can or cannot. I don't know how many times I have to illustrate that point in their brain, but it's never a case of I can or cannot. The Death Space critiques can get responses. That's fine. They're not made to be liked by everybody. I know this. I said this countless times. I did all those videos just like I terrorize you for fun, shits and giggles, laughs at creators bringing up the most asinine stuff about this game while also citing that the game is good, but it's too woke, but the game is great. I can't stop enjoying it. I can't stop playing it. And then there's probably people who never played the game that are fitting into that hive mind making those comments, because I know for a fact, after seeing some people get some gameplay loops wrong, saying that it's rife with cutscenes throughout the entire experience, and the cutscenes are short. I know you didn't play the game. I know you're frauds. If you're saying that, you're fraudulent. So it's not a case of I can or cannot. I can still say that I think your rebuttal is shit. That's what I said about the video gamey stuff. To me, Remnant, I find you boring. You're one of the most boring people that I ever encountered in the Death Space critiques. When it officially started at part 4. You just don't, you just bore me. It 100% sounds like you're always reading from a script. You're super monotone. Like, what the okay? Like, what do you have? You don't have the personality for me to continue this back and forth for like a year. It was only like a weekend where we were super bored and we had fun talking shit, and that was it. Once this is over, once this video is published, you're off my radar. That's it. You weren't on it in the first place if it wasn't for British Runner. So I decided to say, you know what? My decision is to terrorize the channel. I bet this has never happened to you before, because I wanted to have fun with it. That was my intention, to have fun with it and clear up the lie. If you think my intentions were anything else outside of just having a laugh, you are gravely mistaken. 100%. And I already commented on the video gamey stuff. I thought it was boring. It's the same shit that Reborn is saying, except at least you're a little more coherent than he is. He sounds like he literally sounds like he's huffing on marbles for a living. It's the same exact thing, and when the same exact thing that I debunked in the previous parts comes up time and time and time again, it's so boring. It's so unbelievably boring. It's like, that's how I feel like. I feel like going to sleep. I feel like I'm almost in a sleep-induced coma. Hell, if I didn't initiate that attack, I would be 10 times more bored responding to your videos. I'm like, okay, I preyed on him. I'm like, this anti-woke grifter. What would happen if I give him an overarching negative response? I think that's more funner. To go into his yard and undo my belt and take a crap right on his yard. I want to see the reaction to that. That was the mentality all along. And then circling back to the comments, because I already showed that in the Discord itself. Like I said, it is grains of truth in what I said. In the Discord itself, your search results is very low. Hard 8s is very high. Very clear that I was talking about Hard 8 a lot and not you until British Runner gave me the video. I just noticed a comment that someone said he sounds like Syndrome from The Incredibles, yeah. Like I said, it's just an X-fan that I decided to give attention to at the end of the day, and in his comment section. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go over here on my free time and mess with him a little bit, but you're not gonna bleed into busy time. Hell no. Hell no. No. After Superbowl Weekend? No. No. That's why I said I'm contemplating if I'm gonna get this video out before Monday, because after that, what's gonna happen is the mute button is gonna be pressed on your channel, and then you will disappear into the ether like a ghost. When I say you're a ghost, that part was definitely true. Outside of all the fuckery and comments I gave, I would do it all over again. I take pleasure in knowing that I can get a grifter to ball up and victimize himself, like, because I know how grifters are. It's not the first time I had a response video in worse circumstances. Like, I was beefing with Retrospective Gaming, and we were going back and forth heavier than this. This is light work to me. This is light. This is light. Hey, fam, you're light. This is light, and you can't even remember that I fucking followed you on Instagram. Come on now, you think I'm doxing? We follow each other. Come on, dude. Like, come on. That's how I know how you look. I know. And there's the dog picture. I know. Let's see what else. What else is that? Trying not to cook. Well, I already cooked this man. I don't know if cooking him enough is. Trying to remember what I missed. I'm sorry. Like I said, he doesn't think that I don't have like bad memory, like fucking that I have photographic memory. I really don't. I just Googled all the stuff and found it. It just sort of fell in my lap, so to speak. What's the last thing that he was talking about? Shit. Oh yeah. So the indirect comments that Revenant gave, if I can find it, so I was focusing a lot on the fact that he thought he was being brought up in part 3. And I said it was unnecessary attention for what transpired with that particular comment. And here's why I said that, okay? So, yes, people can make response videos to the critiques. That's fine. But the behavior and sort of their background and the reason why they make these assessments in the first place might be misguided, because Mr. Remnant has admitted that he doesn't know if this comment that he made about me, saying, someone is talking about limitations of Dead Space, he doesn't even have all the evidence that it wasn't him, which is why I had to make the Discord response, like, at least quick. That one had to go out amongst all the fuckery, because I don't want that to be misconstrued. I was not talking about him in part 3, and he sort of came in my direction about this indirect comment when I never mentioned this guy at all in part 3. I mentioned him in part 4, but that was after the fact. So that's just kind of weird. Like, if he assumed, hey man, I don't know if you're speaking about me, I used to be an ex-fan. He's talking about people being indirect, but he's been indirect himself. I could use this whataboutism and all this no you stuff on you as well, because again, if you thought it wasn't about you, or if you wanted to talk about it more, if you thought if it was, etc., you should have just approached me and asked, and I would have broken it down a lot more in detail, just like I did before I terrorized your channel. Like, I would have told you the same thing. That's not you. What? I barely remember you, dude. That is not you. I guarantee that is not you. So it's a lie, and when people lie, it's lame. It's very lame. I don't know if it was misguided or not. I don't know if it was a misunderstanding. That's lame, dude. Come on. You gotta admit that part. That out of all the fucking clowning about, you gotta admit that part of thinking that was you was lame. Come on, man. Come on, dude. It's just and then you bought it. You can't say you didn't bring up all this stuff how you were a previous fan, because I heard it. So that's what the situation is. The video game stuff, on Nicole's face or whatever, gender neutral bathrooms, I heard all that stuff before. Is boring. It is sleep-induced coma. It's what grifters talk about constantly with this game. And honestly speaking, I think I covered enough of that from Dead Space Part 1 through Dead Space Part 4. If I do a Dead Space Part 5 critique, I'm hoping that it's something interesting. I'm hoping someone's saying something crazy. Like, for example, let's see, I hope people are saying women are burning down the entire tower of masculinity because I played Dead Space Remake and now I can't go outside anymore to water the grass because I'm going to be personally attacked by someone who doesn't even notice that I'm here. I'm very scared for my life, and this is why I'm making this video. Someone made a video like that. That's at least interesting, because I never heard something so wild before ever in this whole critique series. It's not about the gamey stuff. I just think you're boring on that. Like, monotone script reading. It's just just that stuff's boring to me. Okay. And I already said that. I said I think those opinions are trash. Moving on. If it was just that, if it wasn't the indirect lie included in the video, I guarantee you that I would not have terrorized your channel that much. But I did it for the fun because I liked it. I saw the mentality of it. I was like, okay, if he's gonna lie on me and do this sort of jab where it's not involving him whatsoever and really go hard in it, then I can do the same. I can give you also unnecessary attention, and it could be negative, and then we'll be just shit flinging, and after this video it'll be done. You know why it's done? Because all I gotta do is mute the user, because I know all you're gonna be saying is the same shit, and it's gonna be a lot of victimhood, even though I explained this is a classic Black Bond stinger. Going out of the way and just seeing this notion, and this is tame. Like I said, RIP doggy, rest in peace. I love you doggy. What? Don't even imply that I was making fun of this gracious animal. I mean, you, yes, that you're not important compared to the animal, but this baby, this sweet treasure, I would never make fun of it. You are, rest in peace, little doggy. But I will not take any responsibility on thinking that I had any foresight that this dog passed on before I posted this picture. No, we're throwing that the fuck out. I'm not taking any of that. You can take that like a brick, turn it sideways, and shove it right where the sun don't shine. How about that? How about that? You can take this badge and shove it in your ass. You can shove it all the way in your ass. That's how I feel about that implication right there. But you know, if all these people are ugly, all these people online are ugly, all these actresses or whatever, go tag them with your face in there on Twitter and see how they respond. I just want that to happen. That's the case in point for the joke that I made. Insecurity. That's why I made it. You know? Oh man, this is fun. Dude, come on now. Come on, man. We talk shit all the time, you know, mano y mano, for real. We're creators, you know. If creators don't like each other, they'll either be talking trash to each other or critiquing each other. It's another day in the office for me, right? And I personally speaking, if you weren't on my radar, I wouldn't even be talking about this if it wasn't for British Runner. If it wasn't, he put you on the radar, so to speak. He put you on the map for this video to make the content. And you know, personally speaking, whatever your comment section says or whatever, what I said previously was true. They're throwing the pity party. It's a big giant pity party. That's what it is. It's ex mutuals. That's also why I'm sort of happy you made these videos, because I got to scope out and find ex mutuals and ex subscribers over there. I'm like, okay, cool. You know what? I'm just gonna laugh at the pity party too, as they follow me. You know, I see, like I said, I saw Cassie over there. She's so nice and sweet to me on Twitter, and then she's over here saying, oh man, I don't know about Renegade after all these years. I'm like, Cassie, please Cassie, you know I'm nothing but nice to you. I have been nothing but nice to you, but we differ on viewpoints, and that's fine. But like, what is all this? Like, what is all this over here? You're over here airing things out when you know you could have also spoken to me as well, just like Remnant, about this indirect comment, thinking that it was about him, but it was about Hard 8 Times the entire time. Low search results on the Discord. I'm just gonna constantly, since he likes regurgitating points, and I know this video is gonna also do the same, I might as well. I'll just regurgitate the same point. Like, he wasn't thought about until like last year, and I talked about him in a fleeting comment about how games are broken and they have game bugs, and I'm like, some people do, some people don't, some people get lucky. It's all dependent. Of course, some of those PC game bugs have been terrible. Damn. So a person has a point there. Like, come on, man. Come on. at the end of the day, this was fun. I might still continue to do the Dead Space critiques if I hear something crazier, if I hear something wild. If someone says, hey, you need to, well, not your videos, Revenant, because I think you're a wrap on this channel as far as that's concerned, but other people, I'll still make fun of Reborn too, but he ain't talking about nothing but marbles in his mouth. You can tell I'm just so chaotic, man. It's so funny. If I hear something crazier from other creators, I want to make it varied. I want to add in some variety instead of hearing the same Nicole face woke. I want to hear more than that. If I hear something that is worth a reply from this point forward in terms of other creators for the Dead Space remake critiques, and I just want to sit down and mock and have a laugh, I will do it. The series is not dead just because I decided to fuck with a creator a lot over free Super Bowl weekend, which will not matter anymore after Monday because it's right back to business with the game itself. I have to finish streaming it because I have a podcast on it pretty soon. So yeah, enjoy your weekend of fame, Rev. You know, it was still fun. You know, the videos were fun. The back and forth was amazing. The terrorizing and seeing that, because what grifters do is they will victimize hard. Like they will do it, and I prayed on that like a praying mantis. That's why. That's why. The rest is just whatever, man. This is all whatever. This is internet shit 101. It's whatever. If you took it personally, just brush the dirt off, and that'll be that. Bygones will be bygones, believe me. But hey, I thought talking shit was funny. That was funny to me, just to return that same sort of growing animosity over there, to sort of do it and embark on it and say this is the way it's gonna go. That was comedy gold to me. Seeing that reaction, seeing everyone just, man, that was funny. To disrupt the established order was so fun to do over there. Oh man, that was a treat. That was like being on a carousel ride for sure. That was an adrenaline rush for me to just completely go on your lawn and take a piss. Stuff about the video game, I never had any sort of inkling as to can and cannot. Please stop making up that shit. Like, you people can complain about the bathroom signs for all eternity, and I will sit there and I will be like, I'm playing Dead Space Remake. I don't find this as a problem. What's a flaw to you isn't a flaw to me. I can also tell that Rev's followers, they aren't so bright, because one of them brought up the notion that due to these fictional gender neutral bathrooms in Dead Space's fictional Ishimura, that he had a fear mongering of being sexually molested and this becoming a thing in real life. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Why do you think someone's gonna get your cheeks after seeing a sign of a gender neutral bathroom? His audience has the fucking intelligence of 2 fruit flies. This is what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with a mound of complete brain dead, moronic. I'm just flabbergasted by this absolute stupidity. He thinks that a fictional spaceship of the Ishimura is creating this social commentary about more ever-present gender-neutral bathrooms after playing a horror game. Just after hearing that alone, I feel like I need a lobotomy with a chainsaw. You're more than likely to get taken advantage of in jail, which is a high That's a high rate versus a bathroom. And if you feel that way, like, here's the thing with jail, right? You might be caught off guard or something like that. We're actually entertaining this idea. Whereas in real life, you can carry a gun, you can carry a pistol, you have the right to bear arms, right? As an American in some states. Not all, but still, you can get a conceal and carry. You can get that CC. And that's about it. If someone tried to put their hands on you, you can just go ahead and take care of your business. Or carry a weapon or something, or fight. Learn how to fight. That's it. Like, these situations that people fearmonger about, it's a 1 in a million shot for it ever happening in the first place, depending on where they're located too, because it's also some weirdos in certain areas as well. I'm just saying, still, why is he saying he's going to be sexually molested because a game depicted spacemen, space women, and trans people going to the same hole, knowing that in the spaceship itself is limited space? In real life, if I were to go to a bathroom somewhere, like a movie theater somewhere, for example, they always have differing bathrooms to go into for male and female. See what I'm saying? It's just, dude, and you have the ability to go into your station and do your business. I can't believe that was a real discussion. I can't. I think these are people who, especially Rev, he appeals to the lowest common denominator. He is the lowest common denominator for YouTube discussions. This is all grift. 100%. It's nothing else but grift. And trying to conceal the fact that they are free thinkers and they enjoy having people say whatever they feel like, but they want to impose their judgment and values of life as well onto other people, and once they're questioned, they victimize. This is some deep shit right now. This is not even about the whole video gamey thing this itself. This is how these people coordinate themselves. It's all judgmental values, and once they're called out on it, once it's even remotely joked about or teased, they will try to flip the table on you and say, hey, you're crazy, you're the one that's this and that and the third, I'm not the insecure one. However, the values speak different. How do you believe that someone's gonna catch your cheeks in a bathroom after playing a horror game? Unless the horror game has that content, but this is Dead Space. How the... Every time I laugh at these people, man, I honestly, if I didn't want to continue this whole thing with Rev and let him be smashed away like dust in the wind, I could make a whole series off of this, off of his comment section if I wanted to. If I wanted to terrorize so bad, if I wanted to continue so bad and give more attention, more negative attention, I could have just made a whole series. And it would have been done easy peasy like nothing. These videos don't take that long to make. It's just me turning on OBS, cutting it on, cutting it off. That takes roughly about a minute to do versus Rev's content where he has to script. I scripted before. I made scripted videos. This is unscripted. It takes longer to complete these. For a script, you have to write down distinctive points, Rev. You have to sit down there and write this and write that and make sure I got this written down. How's my inflection here? How you got to do all that editing. You got to put that edit of the rock. That's the edit. That takes time. You gotta find that clip, put that into the video. I don't have to do that. I can just sit down, talk, that's it. And you don't have the ability to do that because you're not entertaining to do that. Hell, I'll even be more disrespectful. Your video that comes out on Monday, while this is a counter to it, I won't be opening a word of it. If you're not part of my core subscriber base and mutual base, You're not talking about nothing. Nothing deep, nothing philosophical. Just complete tirades about a fictional character not looking the way you want. Well, like, what is that shit? That's fucking bottom of the barrel, meaningless, right? And the devs are not gonna buckle. It's not like they care. The main core of the people creating the game is not like they care. It's not like they give a fuck. They're not going back and changing Tanya Clark. They're not doing that at all. They're commending her. They're propagating her. They appreciated her, which is less than what you could say about another human being, but you like to hide away on Instagram, so that's fine, right? You know, you people aren't saying anything constructive or anything that is deep. Just some grifting bullshit. I don't need life lessons from strangers or people I don't fuck with. I'm a grown-ass adult. I do what the fuck I want. I make my own decisions. I say what I want, do what I want, play what I want, either in favor or denial of those things as a push and pull. If you keep saying that, oh, he said that we couldn't make the disagreements about him, well, I'm entitled to say your disagreements are shit. You can't take some unwritten rules from me, motherfucker, try to apply them universally to what you believe, because the argument you made was shit, and I do believe that you unnecessarily lied on me for that Hard 8 shit. I can call that out. I think it's dog shit. It is dog shit. It was dog shit. It was dog shit. It was dog shit. It was dog shit. I'll keep saying this over and over again. It was dog shit. You shouldn't have lied. It was dog shit. It was dog shit. It was dog shit. Nobody is saying that you couldn't make the response, just that it was dog shit and highly disagreeable when I put it all together. You want to know something even funnier? I'm going to put my conspiracy theory cap on. I personally believe that because you thought this indirect comment about Hard 8 Times was about you, I think that gave you more incentive to make this video response on me. That's what I think, because you had no clue as to what was going on. You said it yourself, misguided or not. You had no clue, and you were itching to do it. Not only did you mention that ill will of being an ex-fan and the reasons you unsubbed, but I think this was the catalyst for you making this video. I do. I really do, because there's no other real reason outside of those two perspective points that I just mentioned. It's not a matter of can or cannot. I know I have to keep saying this because it seems like your head is screwed on tighter than the PS5 screw. But once again, it's not a matter of can or cannot. I just believe that you took these two situations you had in the past, this one with me and this one apparently where you thought it was about you, and this was the catalyst for you making this video in the first place. You might have had ulterior motives here or there, but let's not lie. This was the reason, right? This had to be the reason. It couldn't have been anything else. It couldn't have been anything else. And you could have asked me, like I said, anytime, was this about me? I don't know how I feel about this. This guy talking about me. I'd be like, no, you have like barely 0 results in my Discord when I talked about this hot on mic live. No, it wasn't about you. Carry on with your video. If you would have told me, hey, I'm making a video about you, I would be like, all right, go ahead. But the contents of it, you know, I might peep over there and see. And I peeped over there and I decided, oh shit, well, what happened was when I saw it and then I saw the feed and just overall, like, how people were in the comments and all that shit, and how they were talking fly shit, how I used to be a fan of yours, all this other shit, how this fly shit was happening in the video, where it's like, shut up, bitch, with The Rock. I decided to do some fly shit. I think you had ill will. I think you were enabling the hostile environment, and it was bleeding over into your videos because you didn't approach me with any of these issues. So I decided to say, well, you're fucking boring. Let me also attack you from all sides and give you a high level of disrespect because I find that enjoyable. these followers are dumb. They're not too bright in the membrane. You talk around like bullshitting on other actresses, and you don't show your face on IG. I decided to do some fly shit. And like I said this countless times. I don't regret a singular second. I don't, because people like this are very shattered somewhere, somehow. They basically go around, and their enlightenment is to call people ugly, pass it off as constructive criticism. They froth at the mouth at some people out here just living their life, but their core identity of being different is something they don't stand for. They talk about living in highs, but they also live in them. Their idea of the culture war conviction is still the us versus them mentality. And when they start calling people snowflakes and whatnot and decrying on them, when you throw back something as strong on these people as well, it's like them throwing stones at glass houses. They can't handle it. They can't take it. Rah, rah, rah. So believe me, I'm not being disrespectful to you because I quote unquote can't handle it. If I couldn't handle it, I wouldn't have gone to this level to absolutely just ruin your weekend. Is due to the fact that, once again, there was no respect given. So why would I give you respect? I would just be disrespectful. It's the environment that you harbored and everything. It's the way that you went about it. It's the ill will that you seem to have as a fan, an ex-fan at that. It's the fact that you decided to have a portion of your video about limitations, not knowing that it was about hard 8 times and not you. So you decided to not even come to me man to man. You had no balls, and you decided to go and embark on this pure preconceived notion without even talking to the other perspective, which is why you got maxed out on. It sucks to suck. That's why. If it came down to me personally, I mean, I could clown you for hours, days, weeks on end, every singular day, every singular second, and what's gonna happen is you're gonna keep balling up and making all these assumptions saying, oh, that's the crazy one. You just can't take it. That's what grifters do. I once again said this 80,000 times in the video. Don't throw stones at glass houses. Don't start none and there won't be none. And clearly you had an intention to go with this really bad assumption in your video, in the initial video, without just sticking to the Death Space remake critique stuff. You wanted to shoehorn that in there. You really wanted to. This is about me. Renegade was talking about me. This intro, this starter, this stinger, it was about me. And you couldn't be any more wrong if anvils dropped out of the sky and crushed Wild E Coyote for free. Just because you feel you're entitled to a response doesn't mean the person receiving the response is gonna fuck with it and fuck with you and fuck with your people. No. No. The reaction could be whatever they damn well please. And my reaction was, let me just keep being overly negative to this guy because he has it coming. I already don't like him. I already don't like his community. I already don't like how this lie was presented. Why not? So I decided to give this man a little dose of his own medicine. What if I just shat on him in a reverse way? Yeah, that all sort of fits into the puzzle at the end of the day. You were on the fuck shit. Stop pretending that you weren't. You were liking comments that were heavily against me and heavily like fucking ridiculous and discriminating before I found your video. You were on that fuck shit. You condoned it. You pressed it. You know? You shut up, bitch. You know, you were on that shit, so I was on that shit. I just did it in a degree that was 10 times as scorching as yours. That's the difference. And it's not like I can't respect the people I debate. Respect is earned, not given. We all know this, and you treat people the way they want to be treated. If you want to be treated in a way where you are encouraging active users to say whatever they want over there, then I'm going to say everything in a way that I want towards you to show you that I don't respect you and you want to be treated that way, and you're deserving of this medicine. You and your enablers, the people you enable, like these comments or whatever, they got these hands over there. And it takes real respect for someone to walk up to someone's comments and say, hey, I'm gonna make a video in disagreement about you, but for this part, I wanna know, are you talking about me? And I claim I'm not, here's the evidence. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna make my video. And I'd be like, okay, that's more respectful than you lying on me. Just saying, just throwing that out there. That's what respect is. Knowing that while you're going to still critique someone, you're not going to insinuate that you were part of a video and experience, and that really never happened whatsoever. So I'm like, all right, afterwards, after that was dashed away, I'm gonna do everything to talk shit. And that's what I did. For fleeting thoughts, there were people in the critiques that I agreed with and I respected more than this guy and his ilk and all the other people involved with that. And then we know that Remnant is a vocal minority because the outcome of the game has been well received positively amongst fans and critics alike for the vast majority. Therefore, it goes without saying that Dead Space Remake has been getting high marks across the board, and what this Dead Space purist will say is just another fading memory on the internet. And as for the cause and effect of this entire situation, you will do nothing or affect anything, really. I definitely don't want your subs because all I saw was a couple of mental midgets over there. Just Jesus Christ, especially with that guy saying he was gonna get molested in the bathroom by a trans person. What? You can keep them. You could keep all those dirt dobblers. I don't need them. No one's gonna tell me what the fuck to do. You're not in the relevant jurisdiction for that. That ain't happening. That's never happening. So whatever games I get next, whatever is said in the next video, whatever is claimed in, if I want to go to Dead Space Remake Critique Affinity with more content creators that don't put me to sleep, I can do that at the drop of a hat. And that will occur if I want it to happen. So there's that. That's not happening. IES, that's not going anywhere. That's going to be there for a long time. I breed IES. It's one of the things that is cool with that podcast, so that's not going nowhere. The only thing that's gonna happen is all these snakes in the grass that were ex-followers or ex-subs or whatever that don't like the fact that I'm more of a independent free thinker, they're just going to slither off elsewhere into the ether where they belong. At that point, it's just like, well, whatever. I like what I like, and that's just paramount to my interest and mine alone. If you don't like it, well, see ya. Bye. Hasta la vista. Hasta luego. Arrivederci. How many languages do I have to say goodbye before the point is finally gotten? See ya. Bye. You can make a million different replies to what was just said, and I would say the same thing again and again and again. Hell, I'll even be more disrespectful. Your video that comes out on Monday, while this is a counter to it, I won't be opening a word of it and reacting to a word of it, because if I did, well, I'll tell you what will happen if I did. Let me put down my armchairs for my gaming chair. Tell you what happened. Let me sit back real quick. Let me put my gamer chair back a little bit. If I reacted to your video on Monday and went point for point again and again and again, I just think that I would get very very sleepy. You probably drone on the same 3 points that I already talked about in this video, so I was just your boring scripting just I know mine is better. I actually don't sound like I'm reading words off a page after I've learned for so many years. Just God. It's just so tired. It's the same shit. I think I'm actually about to go to sleep real quick. God damn. Got a nigga tired. Oh man. I think I'm about to pass out. Hold on, wait. Give me a second. I'm gonna put on my Be Right Back screen. Let's see. What am I looking for? I need a song for this. Rockabye Baby on the treetop. There we go. It's 5 hours long. Seeing this video. Oh, Remnant. Rockabye. Oh, a grifter on the treetop. Where the wind blows, the cradle will rock. Oh shit. Titties. Ah shit. You only see Nicole 5 times, damn. Go play Dead Space Remake. Oh yeah. Alrighty. Despite seeing the entire shit show of this crusade that has happened on both sides, me and Rev did talk it out and we did reach some logical understanding. Despite flinging all the shit at each other, words are just words at the end of the day. Despite me going over there and terrorizing the comment section, words are just words. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words aren't gonna hurt when you come to some form of realization and understanding. So we did talk this out, and he explained his side. I explained my side. I talked about the lies and all that stuff. He talked about how he straight focused on the critique. And we all just talked, and I mentioned how I felt like there was some lowball disrespect going on, and he sort of acknowledged that, and he gave his perspective of saying, no, I just wanted to present it this way. And then I told him the stuff about the Discord and how it wasn't really about him when he believed it. And I said that should have been the first response right there. But that was the second one, and it came out, and he said he's gonna react to that. So we talked it out, and now it's just pretty much fine. He's gonna say that's his last video on me, and this video right here is the last video I will make on him, and the bygones will be bygones after this. It's been a crazy ride. You can imagine all the chaotic nature going on, and now I'm like, man, these people just coming in with the disrespect, and then you sit down, you think about it, and then you put more evidence and factoids and stuff out there like that, and then it all culminates when both sides have some perspective in the mix. So it's all a good time all around. We both even admitted that we love having a little bit of aggressive shit talk back and forth between the critique videos, and people do see that. And it's just the mindset, it's just the attitude, it's just the mentality of trying to have a little fun with it. So I fully now get the perspective and understand. I gave him my perspective of where I was coming from, thinking that it was ill will and all that, thinking that there was some pent up frustration going on. And we came to a conclusion. And I think that's nice. I think it's nice that you can have people that don't necessarily agree, but the beef has closure. It has closure, and it's more of a positive thing now than a negative one. Of course, we don't thoroughly agree on Death Space. That's cool. That's fine. That's not going to be amended, but we've reached some level of human empathy, and I think that's very important. That's very cool. Like, despite all these ideals that I may have problems with, at least we have closure and understanding, and I think I respect that. I respect that. Both sides, we really respect that. So I'll leave it here. I hope that this goes on, and it's just another footnote in history as far as just talking about Death Space. You know, we're still going to be talking about Death Space. We're still going to be doing content, and that will be it. It's kind of a happy ending, kind of. I mean, the castle's a little bit destroyed, but it's kind of happier. The grass is a little bit greener after we talk to each other. So that's cool. That's cool. I like that. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. You know, all the shenanigans and the shit flinging and all that. Hopefully you had fun watching on either side, whether it's his side, my side. And hopefully we had a hell of an experience. Like I said, there was definitely a lot of animosity between us. Like it just seemed like there was something there, and then we talked about it. It's like, oh, when two humans are speaking, we start to understand each other more, you know. I'm human, he's human, we're all human. And humans can and will do misconceptions on each other. It's just the nature of the beast sometimes. While we don't agree, sometimes we do misconceive where we're coming from, and it's hard to really route all of that until we actually sit down and just do it. Just iron out the kinks and bury the hatchet. So I hope you guys still enjoyed this video. This was done before I went on the community offensive for him. So this was all the stuff I said prior is definitely how I was feeling before we actually conversated. And I will leave you with this. Like, look, man, I don't mind people talking about my Death Space critiques, but I just thought there was a lot of, you know, I just thought that it was just low-key a lot of disrespect from an ex-member. And again, we did hash that out and iron that out, and I thought there was enabling with the comments and stuff just being said as we flung shit. You know, he flung shit, I flung shit, we flung shit at each other, and then as it goes, we just stop flinging the shit. We just talk and say, hey, let's get a beer. And he's like, okay. And it's like, oh, okay, all right, let's do that. I said that if I used this dog and he felt that was uncomfortable when I went on the offensive, that was my B, although I didn't know it was dead. So what I did say in the video was 100% the truth. I wasn't going at the dog, I was going at him. And I told him that the last time I checked on you in 2019, I did it, and you could tell this is genuine. When I checked on him before he left and everything, the last thing I said was I checked on you for a mental check because you were a person that was in my faction. You were a person that I actually did check on, and we were positive to each other in the beginning. So for my perspective, to see that out of nowhere an ex-friend or ex-person, ex-member that I was cool with like years ago, that I had no real problem with. I'm not talking about all ex-members because, you know, there's some ex-members I don't really fuck with, right? But for this guy in particular, we had no problems. We had no beef at all. There was nothing outside of differing perspectives. And the last time I checked on you was a mental check, and I wanted to reach out and do this. Reach out and say something. And now it was just like, we're making, here it is. Here's the steamroller. We're making videos on each other, and they're negative. And it's just like, okay. My reaction was to go in there and be as chaotic as possible. Not really take it to the line of like saying, oh, well, I'm gonna threaten you, or no shit like that. Just making high key and high disrespectful jokes, which, like I said, if the dog thing really bothered him, I apologized. I said, my bad, you know? I feel sorry for Pupper. I didn't even make fun of Pupper. I just posted the notion that he was doing all this stuff in videos and talking about faces, and he didn't have his face up. But for whatever reason, that's all in the past. Per this recording, yeah, this was an hour long. This is like almost the equivalent to a low-key horror movie, but you know, two previous humans that interacted with each other. Finding closure is great amidst all the turmoil with us, and I think that's important. But like I said, I'm still gonna, if I still make critique videos, it's still gonna be like just the same style, same everything. Just me and him are officially closed as far as the book goes. Now I gotta sign out because I don't want this to be like a 3-hour movie or a 4-hour movie longer than Snyder Cut. Holy fucking shit. I don't want it to be like that. So I will bid everyone adieu. Quite an amazing experience, quite an amazing Super Bowl weekend. And the game hasn't even started yet. Quite an amazing weekend off of just rapture, right? Sheer rapture. But like I said, the grass is greener, and that's a great thing. So I'll see you guys next time. Later.